Hi guys, good day. Today I'm going to show you on how to fix double hopping issue in SQL Server. Most specifically, in the job in SQL Server is trying to access or remotely access a different server that executes a script, and within that script, it uh, tries to access the SQL server again, and that's where the double hopping issue occur. And the error that you normally see is login failed for user NT authority anonymous login. This is because of the double hopping issue. In here, I illustrate the diagram of the issue. Here in Node 1 is my SQL server, and in my current setup here, I'll minimize this one. In my VMware workstation, I have three nodes. One is the domain controller. I have node 1. This is where the SQL server is installed. And FC Witness, this is the node where I simulate the application server. This is only a standalone. Nothing is installed here. No SQL server is installed here. So I'll use this as an app server in my illustration. So the witness node will be the app server, and the node 1 is the SQL server. In SQL server, in node 1, I'll open Management Studio. There is a job here that ex, uh, uh, remotely execute a script from witness or the app server. Okay, I'll show you first the error, then we will fix this one step by step. Alright. In here, in this is the database tests only, and this is the database where this application, the witness, is trying to access the test database. All right, let's proceed. I'll show you first so that you'll understand what I mean. Okay, in in Node One, sorry, in Node One, where there is a job that execute a PowerShell from a remote machine. All right, let's open this one. Properties, then steps. Under steps, this is only a small script that executes the PowerShell script remotely. So in here, invoke command computer. The computer name is FC Witness. This is the computer name, right? FC Witness. And the command is PowerShell script. And the location of the command is in CPSS, and the name of the PowerShell script is PS. So let's go to fit FC Witness, right? And it says here CPSS. Okay, let's open that one. Let's open File Explorer, then go to Drive C. Under PSS folder, here is the script. Let's open this script. This script is basically trying to connect to, see the one, the SQL server is node 1. It's trying to connect back. It's trying to connect, this script is trying to connect to node 1 again. See down here is, and that's where the double hop issue will occur. So this one is trying to, this PowerShell script is trying to access the node 1 and trying to open the database test, and in the query is trying to select a customer table, right? So So if you will run this one, if you will run this one within the local machine, no problem. Let's try running it. See the one, there's no issue. It will this script will generate a log. See the one, there's a transcript here. When you run that one, it will generate a log. So let's open the log. The final name of the log is log.txt, right? So it generated a log after we execute. So open that one. It says here no issue. You did not say any anonymous login, right? But when we execute this script from node 1, then that's where the issue will occur. Let's delete this log first. Then try to execute this. Let's try to execute this script from node 1, right? Okay, this is how we executed the script from the job. We can run this script outside SQL. Anyway, when we fix this, we can run this. I'll show you that this will be fixed later. I'll copy the script, then let's minimize the SQL server. Let's open PowerShell. All right. Okay, let's open PowerShell ISE. Okay. Okay, here is this. Yeah, it's already open. Or let's just close this one because we copied it. I'll just to show you that this is the script that we copied from SQL server. Totally identical. Let's open. Totally identical. So that one, invoke with FC witness. Then let's see. Invoke FC witness. Okay, let's just minimize the SQL server because anyway, this issue is not totally related to SQL, but this one is totally non-DBA issue. This is Windows based issue. So once we fix this one, if it's fixed, it will in SQL it will also fix. The job will also run. So let's run this from here in PowerShell script here in Node 1. See the one? The login failed for user anonymous login. Let's double check the log. That means, see the one, it generate a log. So it's in the first half, in the first half, no problem running the script remotely because in the first half it generated a log. So no problem. So the problem is the problem is when the second during the second half when the script trying to access the SQL server, which is the node 1, and here it shows NT authority anonymous logon because when it generated a log, it tried to connect to the database, but the login being used is restricted for security reasons. Is in NTLM in NT because currently the setup is NTLM. We need to use Kerberos to use uh, the existing login of Node 1. All right. Okay, let's close this one first to avoid confusion. Close that one, minimize. Then let's focus first on the SQL server. This is not a DBA, but the issue is more on the SQL server and the domain controller settings. Not the domain controller, but the settings. So first, we need to check on the SPN. Okay, let's to check the SPN, we need to open uh, PowerShell. Then let's check the existing. Let's see if there's an SPN installed in this machine. Load 1. Set SPN minus L. Uh, the service name. Okay, okay. We need to make sure that whatever the service name used in SQL will be the service name that we will set up in the domain controller. All right. Let's check what's the service name used in this SQL server. In our case, the node one. Let's click on open the configuration manager. All right. In the SQL Server Configuration Manager, you can see here the SQL servers under SQL Server Services. Under SQL Server, here this is the SQL Server service, and from here you can see that this is the service account being used. It's using an administrator account under the domain Balay, called Balay. Okay. So what we're going to do now is uh, check that one, check the SPN. Let's see if there's an SPN under that name, under this name on this machine, node one. So let's open the PowerShell, then type in set SPN minus L, then the service name, Balay Administrator. All right. Why Balay Administrator? Because this is the service name used in the SQL server. We only focus on the service name, not this, but this one, right? So only the SQL server service name. Whatever is the service name, let's only use that one. So let's hit enter. Okay, let's see if there's an SPN configured. Okay, in here, it's showing AOAG. Oh no, don't worry about this. This is nothing. Yeah, this is part of the AOAG, but this is not the SPN that we need to configure an SPN for the SQL Server service for this machine. So what we're going to do is, let's clear this one first. Clear. Then what you're going to do, follow this. Set SPN minus S to set up. Then MS SQL SVC uh, forward slash uh, because this is node 1. So node 1 that fully qualified domain name is Balay. In my case, it's called balay.local. Then space will be the service account name. In this case, it's called Balay Administrator. Why Balay Administrator? It's because this is the service name being used. Okay. Then enter. So it's successfully. Now we need to create another one again. Hit up arrow to restore the currently created. Then what you're going to do, add colon 1433. This is the port being used in this QL. So you need to add this. Only these two. Then let's hit enter. Okay. So it's successfully created. So let's see the existing setup. Set SPN PN minus L uh, Balay Administrator. Let's see if it successfully set up. Okay, in here it show node 1 Balay, so it's successfully set up, but we don't know if this one is properly set up. So after this, what we're going to do is just try, just refresh the settings, try klist purge. Klist purge. After purging, just exit this one. Exit. Then I downloaded Kerberos configuration manager. This Kerberos configuration manager is a free one. It's a small installation where uh, it's used to check if the SPN is correctly set up. So let's open the Kerberos Configuration Manager, File Explorer, under C drive, go to Program Files. Under Microsoft folder, there's a Kerberos Configuration Manager for SQL. Double click, and in here you can see the Configuration Manager. Open that one as administrator, then let's minimize the folder. Okay, let's put the one in the middle. To open this one, just click Connect and leave the fields blank to use the local machine, right? Okay, click OK. Let's do this step by step. So what I'm doing right now is to set up the SPN first. Okay, see the one user information balay machine admin. Okay, that's it. So let's click the SPN. In here, uh, it says it's good. The status is good. So there's a listener. Let's remove the listener because we don't use that one. This is the one that we currently set up. See the one? This is the one that we set up a while ago, and the status is good. That means uh, we correctly set up the SPN. Check the delegation. In here, it says Balay Administrator delegation type is none. So even if you configure the SPN properly, if this user there has no delegation on it, it will you will still encounter the same issue. So let's see. Let's see. Let's close that one again. Then let's run the job. Let's run the script. Let's see if it fixes by adding this by adding the SPN. Let's see if it fixes the problem. Normally, when you set the SPN, try to restart the SQL Server service. Right click the SQL Server service. Let's restart it. And let's see if it fixed the problem. By the way, let's see. Okay, let's go to the application server, the witness server first. Let's make sure that there's no log. See the one. Let's delete the log first. Let's see if it will. We will run again. We'll go back to node one. We will run the PowerShell script here. Let's see if the anonymous specs issue. Let's run the one. Anonymous issue is still the same, still there. And the log. Let's open the log. Anonymous still there. Okay. So let's delete that log again. Then let's proceed to the other one, another setup. Okay, let's minimize this. We're in node 1 right now because it showed a while ago that there's no delegation. So what we're going to do, we'll focus on the domain controller now. Let's open the domain controller. I'll log in to the domain controller. Okay, let's open the Active Directory, users, and computer. Right? And from here, let's click on the user. Use under users. Click on look for the administrator because we are using the administrator. We're using the administrator, that one Balay administrator, and in the SQL server, the service account being used is Balay administrator. So in the domain, look for that administrator. This is under the see the one under the Balay domain. Go to the user and look for the administrator. In your case, it could be a different name. This is only for my example. I use the administrator. Then click properties. Then under the administrator properties, click on the delegation. And see, you can see here, do not trust this user for delegation. That's why. So to make uh, troubleshooting easier or faster, I'll just use the trust this user for delegation to any service Kerberos only. You can do individually hit here, but for this example, I will just use that one, this user for delegation. All right. Then click apply. Then okay. Then let's go to this one. Normally, when you change something in the domain, you need to, let's close this computer. You need to restart the server. For that's for me. I don't know. I don't see any updates when I try this one. Not restarting. After restarting, it will. I'll see an update. But let's see. Let's click on the configuration. Kerberos configuration manager in the node one or in the SQL server. Let's click connect. Let's see if the domain was replicated. Okay. So in here in the delegate in SPN, so no problem. It's all good. In the delegation, oh, okay, that's good. So it updates. So here the full delegation already. It sees the full delegation. Full delegation may compromise the security. No problem with that one. So that means we successfully configured the the delegation. Let's see now. Let's close this one and let's run the script again. Let's see if this issue is fixed. Okay, execute. It's hanging. Same error. So let's see the witness. What time? 3:28. Yeah. Let's see. Same anonymous log on. So let's delete that one. So we missed something here. That's why we need to minimize the script. So what we're going to, we'll go back to the domain controller. Then from here in the domain controller, we need to set not only the users but also the computers. Under computers, we only in our test we use Node 1 for the SQL server and FC Witness for the application server. So let's go back to the domain controller. Let's right click Node 1, which is the SQL server properties. Under the delegation tab, trust this computer for delegation to any Kerberos. Click that one and click apply and click OK. Same also the FC Witness. Right click that one, properties, delegation, trust this computer for delegation to any service. Okay, apply and okay. So it's all done in the domain controller. That's all we need to do in the domain controller. We added the delegation for the user, and under the computer, the two machines where we will try to connect remotely the skill server and the application server. You need to set delegations for that one. Then let's try running the script again. Let's see if it fixed the problem. Let's try it. The issue is still there. And the issue is still there. Okay, double click. Let's go to the application server and log. The issue is still there. Okay, so now what we're going to do, delete this one. Let's try um, restarting the servers. It could be that it did not update the configuration right away. Let's try closing this one. Closing this. Then uh, closing what's open in node 1 or in the SQL server. Then restart the SQL server. In our case, it's node 1. Restart that one. And also the application server. Try restarting both machines. Okay. Good. Okay, node 1. Log into node 1 and also log into the application server FC witness. Okay, let's close that one. And let's close that one. Let's open the PowerShell script that we. Okay, let's open it remotely. Okay, this is the one. Fit is the one that's accessing Fit FC witness. Then let's open here the folder. Now the CPSS. Let's see if it fixed the problem. Let's run this. It's fixed. So you only need to restart the servers. You know what? No more issue. You cannot see anonymous login error anymore. So what we've done, what we what we what we've did is we just set up the SPN in the SQL server. We did not touch anything in the application server. We did not touch anything in here. We didn't configure anything in here. We just focus on the SQL server. We set up the SPN. We set up the SPN and we set up the domain controller configurations on the user side, which is the administrator, and in the computer, the two machines that they are trying to connect, that are trying to connect. In this case, it's Node 1 and FC Witness. Node 1 is the SQL server. FC Witness is the application server that we're trying to communicate. We're trying to access to remotely, right? That's how it fixed the issue, setting up of SPN. So let's try running the job before we'll end this video. We only set up the SPN in the SQL server only. And probably there's one thing that I forgot to mention here. Let's see. Oh, wait until this one is finished. Or if you, in your case, if you encounter the same error, try in the application server, in the SQL server, try this one, open command prompt or PowerShell. What you're going to do, try this script, enable uh, colon ps remoting space minus force. Try executing that one in the application server. In your case, in the application, in the other server or both servers. Try that one. Enable ps PowerShell remoting. That one. So that means you enabled. If this was not set up in your case, that's the reason why you encountered an error executing a PowerShell script in a remote machine. Try enabling this one in the machine where you try to remote access the script or execute the script, and also in the SQL server. So right now, we'll try to confirm if the job will run within the SQL server agent, right? So here is the job. Execute PowerShell from remote machine. Let's open this one first. Step. Okay, here's the job. See the one, FC Witness. Okay, let's try to execute the job. Let's try to run this. Make sure that thing is open. All good. Success- It successfully executed the script. See the one a while ago, there was an error because we did not configure the SPN and the delegation of the service account and the machines. And now it's done. It's working. So this concludes that uh, the issue is because we did not set up the SPN and the delegation of the service account on the domain controller. So this job is basically a task for the system admins or anybody who's handling the domain. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you like and subscribe. And thank you very much.